Okay, everybody, I made a bold and accurate prediction about TikTok, but now I'm going to make another prediction about something that's going to shake up most of the United States when it concerns music, the media, YouTube, TikTok, and other social platform media platforms. This is going to be such a drastic change that some people in the corporate world will not be able to deal with it. And this change is going to come not a change in copyright law, but a change in how copyright law is enforced. And this big change is going to it's it's going to send shockwaves through social media because independent musicians, independent artists, and everything else like video creators, everyone. I mean, there are people like Rick Beato and everything else that make videos like what makes this song great, what makes uh what makes this musician great, what makes this person great, why is this movie good, why is this movie bad. They have always been hit and kind of had to watch out for the dangers of using material to teach people stuff because if you even if you say that you're going to be using some materials purely as an educational format, then you get hit with a copyright strike all over the place. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. But this is going to change because social media platforms, in order to maintain a user base and to gain a new user base or regain the people that actually make people want to come to social media, they are going to have to change the way that they enforce copyright law. And this change is going to come in the form of, we'll take the Eagles, for example, because Eagles are the ones that are most hateful people when it comes to copyright law and music and stuff like that. Now, social media has always done this. They've always allowed co- people like the Eagles to just say, "Hey, I heard my song on your video. I heard that you made a cover of my song," and then they use scripts and people to say, "Hey, I heard this and everything else," and then they say, "Okay," they just write you off. Ah, yeah, you can't monetize this because it's breaking copyrights. Well, this doesn't work very well because people are going to be quitting YouTube platforms. The people that actually make attract other people to these platforms on a daily basis because of their creativity and artistry, they don't like this. I mean, no one likes if they do a cover song of Desperado that, yeah, the Eagles come say, yeah, hey, we want that money. They because they don't want to allow people to do covers. They're greedy. No, and no one wants to do a video teaching people how to play music, how what something sounds like, if they're not going to be able to monetize that educational material. So, and it's always been these script bots, and these people hunting down people and just saying, "Hey, give us your money, or take it down." Well, this doesn't work for social media that wants growth. So they'll have to change this, and this is going to be the change. Rather than taking it for granted that because someone says something about copyright law that you're gonna give that money to the artist that complains about it, rather than having these script bots go out and do things like that without any proof whatsoever, and people having to go out and do this appeals process that is not actually an appeals process. When you appeal something on YouTube, when you appeal something on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, there is no judgment process. It's just one guy, maybe two guys saying no. They're pressing a button and saying no, 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 no. So what's YouTube going to do about this? What's going to happen is, wait for it. What's going to happen is that rather than t- rather than saying that it is under copyright law that they can take something down, YouTube is going to say to the artist, the originating artist, prove to YouTube that this is copyright infringement. And that's the big change right there. Right now it's just like taken for granted. You're demonetized, your money is taken away from you. But now YouTube is gonna say, hey, we're gonna leave that video up there. We're gonna leave that music up there until the Eagles can prove to us that these people are infringing upon copyright law. And this is gonna cost the Eagles money and legal fees because they'll have to sue people. They'll have to they'll have to be judgments passed down by judge actual courts, actual real courts, actual real people will have to make judgments on this. There won't be any script bots. There won't be any like automatic pressing of the button. YouTube will say, "Hey, yes, he used 30 seconds of your movie to make something, but you have to prove to YouTube that using that 30 seconds of that movie is not this. You can't say that he's breaking. Before it was like, hey, he's breaking copyright law because he's making money, and we want that money. Now YouTube is gonna say we're gonna leave that video up there, and we're gonna monetize that and let this person continue to make money until you prove to YouTube that this person is breaking the law, and that's the big change. And this is gonna musicians like the Eagles and corporations, all this, they don't want all the legal fees and all the mumbo jumbo. They don't want a judge, an actual judge, to look at each and every case of copyright law. They just want to just take and take and take and take from the hard work and efforts of other people. And YouTube is going to say, no, 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 no. We're losing our greatest creators. We're losing money. Our platform is shrinking because you are constantly saying you want to take, 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 take. They, same thing with Facebook. They'll say, hey, you you say that this person is breaking copyright law and that this materials belong to you because they're using a 10-second sample. This is the same thing happened with sampling because they use a 10-second piece of your music or 30 seconds of your movie or something like that. You want to say, oh, yeah, I can make money off that 10 or 30 seconds. That 10 or 30 seconds. They're going to say, no, absolutely not. Prove to the social media platform that this was done on that there is a law being broken. We're not going to go around arresting people and taking money out of their pockets just because you say so. You have to have proof. You have to have, your accusation is not enough anymore. You have to actually prove to YouTube that this is happening. That means that they're going to have to get a lawyer, and YouTube are going to have to battle it out. And this is going to change the landscape of copyright law forever because right now nothing is happening. No one is making anything anymore because it's just too much involvement with trying to appeal to a social media platform that doesn't really have a real person behind it. But once you get a real person behind it, real arbitrators, real people that are listening, real people that are looking at videos and listening and making judgments on whether something is educational or not, or making judgments on whether or not someone can make a cover song or not, and if that cover is better or different than this other stuff, the Eagles will have to fight for that money. And that's gonna be a change that I predict that there's gonna be so much about this in the news that people will just like, what the hell is going on with the world now? Why is Hollywood suddenly backing down? Because social media is better than Hollywood. When you make something that people are constantly wanting to see, then you gain power. You gain power from the people that want to watch it. And that power was always taken away out of hand before, but now it's going to be like, hey, no, 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 no. You just can't accuse someone of a crime. You have to prove that that crime actually has happened. And you have to prove that in a court of law or through an arbitration system. So, yeah, wait for it, people. It's just going to happen this year because something has to change.